Welcome back to the roundtable session, everyone. It is Wednesday, 9 in the morning. Guys, I know it's early. Get your breakfast, get your coffee, get your juice, get your water, get whatever you need, but get suited and booted because you guys need to watch and listen to this interview I'm about to have with the next mayor, possible mayor, need to be mayor, must be mayor, got to have mayor of Monroe, North Carolina. Her name is Angelia James. Guys, we'll be talking to Angelia when we come back.
You are now tuned into Urban Voice Media.
As I said earlier in the intro, ladies and gentlemen, that we will be talking to, hopefully, if Monroe can hold a fork in the road, the next mayor, Black female first lady mayor, Angelia James. This lady right here, she is running there today, this afternoon, tonight, early in the morning, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. She's there running, steadfast, hard fast, running to be you guys mayor over in Monroe. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring her up, the one and only Angelia James.
Good morning. How you doing today?
Wonderful, Miss James. Wonderful. It's a pleasure having you here. It looks like you're out on the beat. You ready to get some voters persuasion over to come and cast that vote for you? How's it working for you so far?
Yeah, it started this morning at 8 o'clock. Got up, got out here. I'm ready. I have a friend that's handing out my stuff while I do this interview today. So I am very excited. We started last Thursday with early voting. It runs from 8 to 6 at the Monroe Library. I have been out here every day talking to voters, letting them know who I am, what I'm about, and the changes that I will make here in the city of Monroe.
What can you, as the voting process has started, what can you and can't you do, to persuade voters to vote for you?
Well, what I can do is continue to tell them about who I am. For those that don't know who Angelia James is, we can pass out information. We can go canvass the neighborhoods. There's a lot of things that we can do. What we can't do is, hadn't heard what we can't do. There's a lot of can do's that we can do, but I would just tell people, other candidates, just to tell the truth about everything that's going on.
Now, Ms. James, I met you last Saturday at a red carpet premiere, and when I approached, I saw you. I said, I'm gonna wait a while. I'm gonna let her, make her rounds and everything. So quite natural. A lot of people over in Monroe knew you, and with me being new to the scene, I said I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna wait. But I finally got a chance to corner you, and the conversation I had with you was, what can our generation, your generation, do to get the younger generation more into politics?
We got to be the truth. We got to get out here and let them know that they can do it. If you look at Obama, people have looked up to him, and he was the first Black president. You look at the lady from Georgia, Adams, lady, how she got voters out there. It can happen. And you got to have someone that's willing, that's going to fight and get in there and get the job done. And that's what they are looking up to. People of their color that can get out there and say, hey, we can do this. We got this. And if they see that one person, their eyes are open, and nothing is impossible.
Mm-hmm. Now, I see where you have 8 years of private accounting experience and 10 years of Union County governmental accounting, and 10 plus years of notary experience.
Yes, sir.
Which one of these factors, marked you or pumped you to say, hey, I need to go a little bit further on into the political field?
All right, I'll be honest. I wanted to run for school board. That was on my bucket list to do. I've been in the community since 2002. Just giving. I have a nonprofit, the James Recreational Camps, and just helping out. I coach, I mentor. I'm I'm just a community leader. I'm a servant. And I had a good friend approach me 2 years ago and said, "You already doing the work in the community. Just make it official and run for city council." And 2 years ago, I did. Then
And see,
fast forward,
it was what was it, November the 9th? Excuse me, November the 5th.
fifth, yes, November the
Hmm.
5th,
Okay,
yes.
awesome, awesome.
And then fast
What is?
forward,
Mhm.
um, there was just people that spoke into my life and said, "Are you the mayor of Monroe? Have you thought about being mayor?" And I laughed it off. I was like, "Okay." And then one day I was cornered talking to a friend on the phone, waiting to pick up my son from Union Academy. And I said to myself, "Well, what if he run? What if she run?" And God was like, "No." So I had accepted the calling on my life to run for mayor for the city of Monroe, and that's just where I'm at with it.
Okay. Um, what are some of the things that the city of Monroe are asking you that they want to see changed?
Number one, as I said before, I'm a coach, I'm a mentor. The teens, the kids are our future, and we got to have something here for them. They have to be preventive measures. Here in Monroe, there's not really places where kids can go. They got like we have the rec centers, but they close at in the afternoon at 8 o'clock through the week and 4 o'clock on Saturday. And then there's no sport place like Sports Connections, laser tag, or go kart. So we don't have those outlets. We have bowling. We have a bowling place here in Monroe. But other than that, there's nothing for kids to do. And I'm tired of the complaints of kids saying we don't have anything to do here. So I'm going to charge these corporations here to, hey, come and support us here in the city of Monroe. It can be done if we all work together to have this for the teens.
One thing that I see is lacking with the youth and the teens and even the adolescents is skills. There's no one, especially in school systems, they're not teaching skills no more. Unlike when I was in school in the 80s, we had woodworking classes. And and there was also a baking class. I can't remember the name of it. It was a home
Home
rec
ec.
class, home ec classes. They don't have that anymore. And one thing I would like to see across the board of all the United States, and this is one reason why I recently moved, and when I moved, I started buying new furniture and appliances. Well, we're on a 8 to 9 month wait list because appliances and furniture are coming from Taiwan, mainly because they're not being built and made here in America. So our children, they're not learning skills. The skills are getting learned across seas. So I mean, why even small towns like Monroe? Why isn't there facilities for children where they can go and learn a skill so that
Right.
possibly they can generate and start doing things themselves, even if it's a small mom and pop furniture store that's making their own furniture?
Yeah. We do have some here. South Piedmont Community College, they have trades. We have the apprentice um, school here where you can get a trade. Um, those are the two that I know of that where you can go get a trade. You can learn a trade, and as you have stated, like we had the career center here back in the day, where you can
Mhm.
learn how to change a tire or oil or something like that. We had cosmetology and things like that. And I have a good friend with Serve Unity Outreach. He's a nonprofit organization, and those are the kind of things that she wants to bring here. And by the city partnering with these nonprofit organizations to do these things and open our facilities for them to have a place of access, we can bring more things here. But the problem that I see for some of these nonprofits here, they don't have a facility. Building is a problem. Funding is a problem for these nonprofits here. So I think if the city continue to partner with these nonprofits, we can get this done together to have those skills that these kids need here.
By you saying that, that was one thing that locked me in to want to do this interview with you, Miss James, is reaching back out to the children. Because one thing that I see over and over is too many people who've been in politics have been in there too long. And I'm just speaking for Urban Voice Media, not you, Miss James. And I feel that too many people who's been in politics too long, their ways, they're set in their ways, and they only going to do what they've done for the last 30, 40, 50 years. And that needs to change because what my dad did and grandfather did, I don't do. And what I do, my daughter and sons, and my grandchildren will not do. So as time change, those seats need to change. I'm not going to give leeway as to who you're running against, but I would like to know, can you tell the people where they can go and vote for you there in Monroe?
Early voting, as we have stated, is going on now, and it's going to be going on to the end of October 30th. You can come here to the Monroe Library and vote. Early voting, if you're not a registered voter, only thing you need to do is bring your driver's license that have your current address on it. I bring a utility bill or some mail that has your address on it. You can register and vote the same day. Early voting runs from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and the only Saturday that you can vote in early voting is October the 30th. After that date, you cannot register to vote. So if you're not a registered voter, you got to do it during early voting. And then on November the 2nd, that's election day, and that runs from 6:30 to 7:30. But you have to go to your precinct to vote.
Now, Miss James, I'm going to speak you into the seat. Once you sit in the mayor's chair, it's wiped down, it's sanitized for coronavirus precautionary reasons, and it's positioned for you. What can the township people of Monroe do to make sure you stay on accordance to what you said you were going to do?
Thank you so
How
much.
can they follow you and keep up with you?
Thank you so much for that. You're gonna make me cry. They have to attend city council meetings. Those are very important. It's open to the public. We have committee meetings here in the city of Monroe. I urge you to get involved. All you have to do is fill out an application. It goes through a committee, and your name will be chosen from that group. So you have to do the work to get involved. You have to be a part of the change that I'm truly trying to make here in the city of Monroe. And if you have questions or anything, email me. If I need to come and see you, those are things that I would do. I would
Ms.
invite you.
James, you sat on the city council a while back prior to running for mayor.
I'm currently on
Now,
city.
you still on city council? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, my correction made. Thank you for that, Ms. James. Now, how many non-white people have you seen come to those meetings?
We had a um, Christina Dorton concern that come up about naming the science center here for her. We had a big show out of non-white citizens that came to that meeting. It just depends on what issues or concerns that we have that come up in order for the non-whites to come out to our city council
How can
meetings.
you how can you get the other communities concerned about coming? Because I'm be honest with you, I've never been to one.
Correct.
Never felt that what it mattered to me to be there.
Correct.
So how can a person like me, you make it matter to where I need to be there?
I'm glad you asked the question. Local government affect you more than a presidential election. And a lot of people show up for presidential election. But if you're not concerned about what's going on in your local community, that's a problem or concern. And if you're a voter and you vote, you need to come and find out what's going on. So I urge you just to get involved. If you come one time and find out what's going on, you'll be engaged. And the thing about our city council meetings, they are recorded. So you can go to the YouTube link and go back and watch it if it's inconvenient for you to make any council meeting.
Mhm. Um, once you win the the robe of being mayor, what's the first thing you're going to do for the city of Monroe?
I'm glad you said that. As I have been, I'm visible here in my community. And I was thinking about that the other day. I keep adding to my list. My goal list keep getting longer and longer about things that I want to do here in the city of Monroe. I want to go visit our schools here in the city and let them know Mayor James is here for you. Anything you need, please let me know. I'm going to have Facebook lives of what's going on in the city of Monroe to keep the citizens engaged of what's going on here in the city of Monroe. So you're not going to be lost about things not happening here in the city of Monroe because I'm going to truly keep you informed of what I know that's going on in the city of Monroe. And any questions you have, shoot us an email, and I would be certainly to answer those emails.
I'm glad you stated that that you will be doing Facebook lives and posting things on Facebook because there's so many people, young and of age. Even my mother's up in the 70s age or on Facebook very advocately. They're there every day, all day. So by placing information there, letting people know, because when I did research on you, it was very hard to find, very hard to find information. So I went to your Facebook page and your Instagram page to get more information about who you are, because Google didn't want to act right. I mean, for a person to be on the city council, Google should have more information. I'm like, okay, what's been censored? I mean, why? Why isn't there? Why, if the person just Google someone who's on the city council, they can't find it? That bothers me. So that's why I asked you, how can people follow you and watch and say, you know what, we're going to vote for her again because she has done this, as she said. Now, you spoke about President Obama, and I remember President Obama had on his page everything he had said that he was going to do in his campaign, the date he said it, and the date he done it. Will you do the same?
Yes, sir. I would do the same. I like that. Thank you for that tip.
Mhm. Please do, because I think if you do that, that will broaden up for someone who comes behind you, and hopefully that won't be for years. Someone who comes behind you and say, "Hey, I'm going to have to do what Miss Angelia James did. I'm going to have to
Correct.
show that everything I can campaign for, I did it, and these are the dates I did it."
That's awesome. Yes,
Angelia,
sir.
I think Monroe is behind you. When I was at the premiere, I saw a lot of people hugging you, shaking you, congratulating you, and rooting for you. Now, that wasn't all of Monroe, but hopefully you got a chance to get in your car and knock on some doors and convince people why you need to be their mayor.
Yes, sir. I have done the work, and it's amazing when voters come up. They like, I know who you are. I'm voting for you. I had a voter come up yesterday. My neighbor told me to vote for you. I have heard great things about you. I have seen you here in the community doing the work. There's no doubt in my mind that you should be the next mayor of Monroe. And I just cry inside and I say, thank you so much for your support, your prayers, your love for Angelia James.
That's awesome. And you know what, Miss James, I think people need to see the passion. People need to see the realness. And when they see the passion and realness, they see that, you know what, maybe you are for me. Versus you is having a straight face and you just looking through my body and not hearing what I'm saying. So that connection of feeling your humanity, it coincides with people and make them feel that, you know what, you care about me
That's right.
because you got a heart. You care about me. Miss James, if for those people, for whatever reason they've been living under a rock, don't know who you are, and you want to win their vote today, what is it that you can say to them?
For the voters that don't know Angelia James, my number is easy to find. You can pick that, you can call me on my phone. I want you to know that I'm a person of action, and actions speak louder than words. And if you have a concern that you want to address, and if I know about it, I will address that concern. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. I want you to stand up for what's true, what's right, and what's honest for all people. Because that's what I'm going to do for you. Regardless of who you are, I'm fighting for all the people of the city of Monroe. And I would like your vote for Angelia James for the mayor for the city of Monroe.
You heard it first here on Urban Voice Media. Angelia, I know you got work to do today. I'm behind you 100%. Like I said, I'm stating, heard it first here before the vote's even over. You won this thing. I
Yes,
don't care
sir.
what they say. They say you ain't supposed to do nothing pre. Nah, Urban Voice Media said it. You are the mayor of Monroe, North Carolina. It's yours.
And,
They
and
just
I
got to clean
believe
that
that.
seat off for you, okay? Just make sure they clean the seat off for you. The chair, all that, the desk, the cups is yours. You got this.
Urban Media, you bless my soul. And I thank you so much for taking the time just to approach and find out who I'm about. And that's the thing. It's just like when people see me and talk to me, it's like they change. It's like, thank God for you for being real and genuine. So I thank you, Urban. I thank you so much. Just taking the time just to speak to me, just to get to know who I was.
With the voice of the community, and you are the community.
Thank you so much. I
All
appreciate
right.
you.
Good having you here, Angelia.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Keep stomping it. All right now.
I will.
Guys, you heard it here first. Miss James, Angelia James, you can go vote today from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, October 30th. You got it. It's on the screen, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. These are some of the places here. Um, as you see it on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, get out there. Monroe, show up, show out. Give Miss James her due. Show her how passionate you are to have and to see a change. Yes, you see it. Vote Angelia James, Mayor of Monroe, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, change don't happen if you don't get out and do it. You have to do your job in order for someone new to come in and speak for you. And sometimes it takes someone new to come in and speak for you for a job to actually get done. By me saying that, guys, this is Urban Voice Media, Monroe, North Carolina. The doors are open. They need you to go in there. Go and do what you need to do.
You are now tuned into Urban Voice Media.